Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's a social production. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me again. Once again, if you're tuning in from Canada, Wagwan, down south in the US, further down south, Mexico, over there in South America, over there in Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Australia, Switzerland, over there in Bangkok, over there in Thailand, over there in Taipei, over there in Nigeria, of course, Egypt, Wagwan, everybody. It is Friday. June the 20th, 2025. Let's get a little sippy poo of this bad boy right here. Lots of oh man, exciting events. Exciting shit is going down, that's right. Underlying theme for today. Not that there's ever really any underlying themes, but if we were to have one today, I'd say it's proportionately disproportionate. Or disproportionately proportionate, or proportionally disproportional. Proportionately disproportionate. Yeah, that's the underlying theme. Remember that. We'll see where it goes. Mama, don't you worry, everything's gonna be alright. Mama, don't you worry, everything's gonna be alright. Mama, don't you worry. Everything's gonna be alright. Mama, don't you worry, everything's gonna... Ladies and gents, boys and girls, let's get right into it. Lots of events have been happening in and around the world, of course. I'll start off right with tourism. Everybody likes a tourist to a certain degree. Oh, you got a town. You got a certain kind of food that you like to make. You got a certain kind of cuisine. You got a certain type of attire. You got a certain little, you got a little spirit that you locally made, and everybody travels over to drink that spirit and get a little bit of the old genie in the bottle, if you know what I'm talking about. Get a little bit of that smoke. If you want some, come get some. Tourism. People take pride in the places they live. People like to go visit different places. We have one earth, many different countries, many different regions. People travel all over the world to get to different destinations, but tourism has been one of those topics that's been popping off apparently as of late. People love tourists. People love tourists. People love being a tourist. Not to be mistaken with tourists. Because you love tourists, but you know what he likes them tourists. You know what I'm talking about? Tourists? No, tourists. Yes. Tourists all day, every day. Tourists. No tourists. Yes. But different people react differently due to different circumstances. I get it. Globally, there's new generations that are coming up. They're feeling different vibes as every generation has felt. Whether it was the angst of the teenage angst in the 90s, whether it was way back in the day, the depression, whether it was the roaring 20s prior to that, or maybe it was the 50s and 60s. Maybe some say the high noon or the golden age of America, but also the world, maybe perhaps. But I believe right now we're in the golden age right now. We're platinum, baby. Platinum players all around. Every day, let's put it up in the air, because we are living that platinum life, yes, sir. Or we're even talking about tourism. Yes, of course. People do like their tourists. Sometimes, though, depending on different circumstances, you may have a different perspective. I get it. Things are expensive out there. Housing is a global issue that's impacting many people, especially younger people trying to get their foot in that door. Get your foot in the door. You got to get some of that square footage. And we'll get to that later as well. But nonetheless, people are traveling. People have been traveling all day, every day for hundreds of thousands of years. But as a tourist, that's a different story. Most of the time, people like it when tourists come because it brings in what? That cash. That moolah, that cheddar, that cheese, bringing in that tourist money is good. When you go out there and you spend that money, people like it. Take a couple of photos, take a couple of videos, eat a little food, have a little sexual experience, maybe with a person you went with, maybe with a person you met locally, maybe with a baby you left behind, maybe with a baby you brought back over. Who knows? Families created, families torn apart. And recreated once again, of course. But yeah, man, I've been hearing different stuff because of the housing, global housing, whatever you want to call it, whether it's an issue. To put it mildly, it's an issue. Some say it's a housing crisis. But nonetheless, I heard in Spain, people are squirting on tourists. That's right. Some people in Barcelona are going and squirting on tourists. Not the type of squirting that we do, like not the female vaginal ejac. But they're getting squirt guns and squirting little driplets of water on the tourists. Not because they don't like tourists, just because they're facing in Barcelona too a housing problem or an issue. Younger folks are finding it difficult to get into the housing market, so when they see Airbnbs being popped up and propped up, so they're rented out for high prices to the tourists, leaving not many housing situations, dwellings available for the local resident, becomes a little issue. You see all of a sudden that used to love tourists, all of a sudden starts feeling a little crowded. Is it getting crowded in here? Is it hot in here? Or what? It's like one of those telephone booths that you try to like cram in 15 people at a time in seats. If you could squeeze in one more, ass to face squeezage, put as many people in there as possible. People are squirting on tourists. That's one of the circumstances that's happening in and around the world. Overall people traveling things do swing back and forth, and I'm trying to figure it out. I think we still love our tourists. Everybody loves it. I know Toronto here, we love it. We love our tourists. When they come around during summertime, tons of people come to this city. Oh, we gotta go to this place, that place, the waterfront, Niagara, check out CN Tower, get a little bit of food, oh, this street, that street. I get it, it's nice. And it is, I like tourists. I've been a tourist at times in my life. And there's pros and cons to it. I don't think tourists are essentially the problem that's concerning some people, most people, a lot of people. Housing, I don't think that's a tourist issue. Personally speaking, that is. Now, some cities may be different, but overall housing or lack thereof, I don't believe it's a tourist issue. You like your tourists, because that's the thing. If it runs dry, if that tourist money stops coming in, if you're a tourist destination, and you're like, I want to squirt on tourists, or I want to give the tourists a stink eye. I want to take their money, but not be smiling about it, or whatevs. Then if that shit dries up, you're gonna be, oh, where did all the tourists go? Where is all that cash coming in from abroad? What happened to that? So there's pros and cons to everything. Other forms of tourism are also going down as well. There's a whole bunch of people are traveling all around the world. To Ecuador, for example, in the Amazon. I was reading about that. People go there to experience the ayahuasca, over there to touch. If you want to high five God, and you want to do it for like 2 weeks, all-inclusive vacay, you head on down south to South America. You go in the jungle, the bush, the deep bush. You see a tribesman, find them. Invade their space, get in their business, whatever they're drinking, tell them pour one for the homies, but also pour a little for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of the sippy poo, a little bit of sippy poo, a little bit of that throwing up action, a little bit of just purging, getting to know yourself better, breaking down walls, and that's all nice and good. But again, sometimes we do overdo things as well. Because it's fine. It's fine. If you get up and go somewhere to experience something, it's fine. But once everybody starts doing it and one spot becomes a destination, one spot, everybody, all of a sudden there's this one shaman and he's overbooked. How many ayahuasca experiences do you think this guy can fit in his schedule? These things were meant to be, some things are meant to be, not everything, but some things are meant to be, dealt with a little bit. It's not your average like consumerist perspective where you go and I want to just, I'm going to sniff this, I want to pop that, I want to pour that up my rectum, I'm going to lick that off for vag, I'm going to just, grab a glue gun and stick my eyelids to my forehead so I don't have to worry about blinking because I'm going to be all up night in Ibiza or wherever it is, listen to EDM music because there's like 300 DJs now or whatever. Some experiences, there's different levels to experiences. So what I say is, if you're going to be traveling, if you're going to be doing tourist stuff, ignore whatever the locals are saying. Ignore that shit. They might not be currently happy. because it might be there's another term that's popping up, is over tourism. That's another term that's popping up. And you can get, there's different types of tourism too. There's like regular tourism, of course, due to different upheavals, globally speaking. There's a lot of people, maybe tourism, but also going down there to maybe see if you can extend your tourism a little bit longer. So there's people are a little bit concerned with borders all around the world. They're like, too many people, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. I don't think it's too many people. I think it's just how you handle a resource and whatnot. Of course, you can always get too many people. You do, that's what I came up with after thinking on the toilet, after having masturbated, and after having to sit down to, piss out that after jizz piss. You know what I'm talking about, because if you don't, it's just uncomfortable and it just leaks through your undies. If you don't piss after jizzing, tip number 199, piss after jizzing, clear up the system, if you know what I mean. But nonetheless, I think it's all about a little bit of balance. So if you go there, if the shaman is a little bit exhausted, learn his craft. You yourself can become a shaman and dispense ayahuasca. Take the experience back home so that not everybody needs to travel to Ecuador or Brazil or Argentina, wherever it may be. Also do the traveling, but don't go all in one destination all at once. That's the thing. Once something becomes a hotspot, everybody's just like, oh, we gotta go check out this hotspot. And we collectively rape that hotspot. And then it just gets we overexhaust the system sometimes. Sometimes that might happen. So if you see the poor shaman having done like 300 ayahuasca experiences, maybe back off a little bit. But also don't forget, you can always, if he's passed out, take off his clothing, put him on, get in there, get a nice tan first, get in there, become a shaman. There's nothing stopping you from becoming a shaman and dispensing ayahuasca experiences. Now you're like, I don't have the training, I don't know what it means to do it properly. Does anybody really know how to do it properly? Does anybody really, is there some sort of ayahuasca, shaman school that you got go to? So go ahead, take the bull by the horns, as they say. Take charge, really. If there's if there's ladies in the tribe without any skirts but no tops, join in. If you're another female, just join in, because if they see you with clothing up top and they've got loose titties, they're gonna feel burdened to like, oh, what is this? Do I hide my tits because these foreigners are covering their tits? And it just blend in. Do not become cumbersome. Do not become some sort of, blend in. Try to merge. Try to learn. Integrate for the time. Don't be just like all up in your phone taking. Just experience it. Live it. Live with a new family. Go if you're locally visiting somewhere. And if slide in a family. There's always an open spot. You never know. Families are like that. There's always an open spot. You're like, this family looks pretty tight. There's always an open spot. Merge with a new family. Learn the culture. Learn the language. Listen to the music. Eat the food. Have the sex. Have a couple of babies. All right? So do it properly. Don't just go in there and be like, oh, we just heard about this hotspot. It's all about balance. Once again, shaman could probably put his feet up a little bit. Ayahuasca experience could be done by you or anybody, really. Could things go awry? Almost always, it's 50-50, isn't it? It's a good chance things might go wrong. But did it really go wrong? When you big pick energy, did it really go wrong? Or did you just have a great story to tell down the line? Now, you might not be able to visit that specific country for some time, but nonetheless, great story. It is a great story, ladies and gents. So tourism is one of those topics that I just want to talk to you guys and gals about. If you're a tourist this summer, go ahead and immerse yourself in the experience. Don't become, if everybody's going to the Eiffel Tower, maybe just be like, I'll check out Eiffel Tower another day. If everybody's going to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, lay low off the Pisa Tower for a little while. Because there's so many places on earth you could go to. Do not oversaturate a place is what I'm trying to tell you. If you see Barcelonians vag out squirting on you, maybe just be like, all right, you know what, this summer we'll skip. You don't need to do Spain and Barcelona 5 summers in a row. You gotta check out Barcelona, because that's the thing. Anytime anybody goes to a place, they come back, you gotta check out this place. There's like 200 countries. How do you know they gotta check out what place? Maybe it was a great place for you, maybe not such a great place for the other peoples, and vice versa. So quit talking about it, immerse, have a baby, become a shaman, go for it, just don't be like, oh, I wanna just take I want to just flash this guy with my camera and get up in his grill and make a video. Immerse yourself in the experience. Have a couple of babies. That's the best way to become one with the other cultures you're really trying to get to know. Ladies and gents, what else is going on? Because this is all the stuff is kind of related to that. I was thinking about it because then you have another form of tourism. You had it's not specifically tourism, but it's like, you know, it's tourist leaning. It's March to Gaza. That just happened recently. Apparently some people got up, some Westerners apparently got up and thought it was a great idea to go up to Egypt and try to cross over near Gaza to do something. As if people could do something. So it's actually, I'm glad that people went up into Egypt because it's nice, because not all places are the same too. That's the beauty of travel. It's great to travel, which is why I'm glad people do get a chance to travel. Because if you haven't, it's nice to see different places, just to see how they react, people, traditions, cultures, people, how they behave. What are the laws, what are the regulations? It's nice. Some Westerners went up to Egypt thinking they're just gonna cross over into Gaza and create a little corridor for, you know, humanitarian aids and whatnot. And the sentiment is good, but and I don't blame people. Again, it's nice, but the fact that you think you can just get up and go in a place where you don't speak the language, where you don't know the laws, and you just want to like get up in there and be like, well, if we can, why can't we, you know, why can't we protest like the way we protest in the United States? Why can't, and you got the Egyptian police officer looking at you, you know, just confused as to why you're there. Because and that's another thing. If you go into a place, it's great. I'm actually really glad, again, people got a chance to see this, but it's different places react differently. And that's a different type of tourism. So instead of trying to, you know, go up in a police officer's grill, a foreign police officer's grill, which we don't know the laws or rules or regulations, and it's a crazy place to be in right now. And yeah, a lot of people, our hearts do go out and everything, but going in and just walking and trying to, you think you can just waltz in there to cross a bunch of borders, a highly conflicted area, and just be like, well, what, it's me, I showed up, don't you think that it's... But I'm glad people get to see these things. It's nice. It's a reminder for the rest of us as well. Because a lot of tourisms, at the end of the day, wherever you may live, you get back and you appreciate where you were. You're like, oh, this is fucking, oh. A lot of us are lucky. If you're in North America, if you're in the United States, if you're in Canada, very lucky. Western Europe, lucky. It's nice to see different places. Not to say that, you know, every place has got its things, but there's a difference. There's levels to things. Because that's why you got first, second, third world countries. You know what I'm talking about? So it's good that people travel. Do travel. But also, instead of getting up in a police officer's grill, a foreign police officer, and asking them to let you cross a border that's highly conflicted, give him a massage. Do something nice. Go up to him and be like, I don't want to cause any trouble. Give him a massage. Rub his feet. Suck his dick. Play with his nips. These are nice things you can do when you're visiting. Nonetheless, ladies and gents, that's a little bit of tourism. That's a little bit of people traveling. What else is going on in the animal kingdom? Thank you for asking. Glad you asked. Baboons have been researched by researchers who research baboons, and apparently female baboons who spend a lot of time with their dads grow up to be really proper female baboons, or better off female baboons. They live longer, for one. Chances of producing more offspring also increases. What does that say? It says that female baboons who don't spend time with their dads oftentimes may act out, oftentimes may start to sneak out of the campsite, the tribe of baboons, and go off into different neighborhoods. Start hanging out late in an empty parking lot, as baboons do. Start bad habits like smoking. Start, playing dice with the boys in the hood. Just getting up to no good and all that shit. Staying up even later. Going up to saying they're staying over with friends, but really they're going out there to sell that baboon puss up on the dance pole because they think cash money, fast money is is the way to do it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It just shows that us humans and baboons in the animal kingdom are very much similar, despite the fact that we sometimes feel like we're different. We've got a lot of similarities. These female baboons, again, the ones that spend a lot of time with their dads, especially the first 4 years, I learned they grow up to be up at approximately 18 years of age. If they're, well educated, well fed, taken care of. Up until the first 4 years, the most important years in a female baboon's life. These baboons, if they don't spend time with their dads, it's AIDS city for these baboons. It's the ones where you see the giant pink ass prolapse, the ones with the huge prolapse, those are the ones that had lesser time with their dads. And again, can there be a parallel drawn between female baboons and just the female human species or the human species altogether? I don't know. Prolapsed anuses on the interwebs probably spend less time with their dad. I'm just saying. I don't have the answers. Just saying that I'd like to ask a few questions. Is there correlation or causation between prolapsed anuses and time spent with dads? Just putting it out there. Because that's the same thing. Female baboons who've not spent a lot of time with their dads. Guess what? OnlyFans. That's right. And conversely, you have male baboons, young male baboons going off and spending money, hard-earned cash, subscribing to female baboons' OnlyFans accounts, trying to see them shove a banana up their butt. And it's crazy. It's crazy how that shit is very similar to humans. But I'll say this, man, I am a fan of squirting. I do love squirting. I'll just say this, I'm a little bit envious. In the amount of liquid that comes out of a female vag, I'm a little bit envious. Because when males come, when I'll speak for myself, I don't know when males come, let's not get it twisted up in this bitch for a second, because it's not like I've not, like yourself, a few times, perhaps in pornos, but that was a long time ago. That's when I realized, you know what? Just go with lesbians or solo masturbation. I don't want to see another cock. I don't want to. I learned that from a very young age. After the life experiences, after hardcore life experiences. Grown man whips out his cock in front of your face. Learn very early. You might question some things growing up. Things might pop up in your head later on and you're like, oh, wait a minute, mister. That's when you realize, you know what, no cock in my porn. But I am a fan of what are we even talking about? I don't even know how we got there, but nonetheless, early cock exposure, thanks. Squirting though, yes, huge fan. I wish I came more, because it's like quantity's just not, squirting is a lot, it's all over the place. My jizz is neat, I can, like a tablespoon on a good day, tablespoon on a good day, it's neat and tidy, I can just put it in a corner and not even notice it. That's how little jizz comes out of my nuts. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing, if it was a lot, I'd do more with it. A little goes a long way, they say, but a more goes a longer way, I'll say that. If it was, a fire, I'd be all over that shit. Just, don't worry, call 911, but still, I got this. I put it out with my jizz, but I can't because it's not ample enough. Females, they're like nature's firefighters. I've always said that. I'll say it again. Put out the fires, baby. Females should be equipped with goggles. I'll say that because of the whole squirting though. For themselves and other people, it's definitely a sight for eyes, but it's also like if it gets in your eyes, because it can go all over the place. Females should be equipped with goggles. I don't know why nature didn't give it to them, but there's plenty of sports goods stores. Get out there, buy a couple of goggles for yourself and your lover. How many times have we seen people get a little bit in somebody's eye, and then all of a sudden the day's ruined. Oh my God, squirt in my eye, I can't see anything, I'm going blind, I can't see it. And rips out his eye, whips it to the wall, blind for life. Why? Because of lack of goggles. We should have goggles for squirting. I don't know. Females could pack it in their vag. It's not like they're missing space or they don't have any pockets. Put a couple of goggles up your vag. Next time you're squirting, whip it out, offer it to people. It's just, I'm telling you right now, as a male, if I had some sort of extra compartment, I'd shove it, and if I could squirt more jizz, I'd shove a couple of goggles for people up my orifices and be like, hey, you know what's about to happen? You might get squirtage in your eye. And don't want you to go blind. You know, it's all fun and games till somebody loses an eye. How many times have we heard that one? 1,000,000 times, yet still no goggles in female vaginas with all the room they've got. Not complaining, great vaginas out there, but also you've got the room. Don't be stingy. Use what you got is what I say. Use what you got. Ladies and gents, they do say you got to get that square footage, though. That's another thing people keep saying. You got to get that square footage. At a certain period of time, you got to get that square footage, which I'm a believer of. Believe you me, I've heard this before. You got to get that square footage. I keep staring at my feet. They're just regular feet. Gets to me sometimes because I've heard of this. People apparently have it. It's square footage. I don't know how you got to get the square footage. I don't know if it's an app. I don't know if it's surgery. People seem to be wearing regular shoes outside, right? They talk about the square footage. Not even cubic footage where it's like, 3-dimensional. Just square footage. Regular square foot, 2D square footage. How am I supposed to turn my feet into square footage? Do I chop off my toes? Have people been walking around without toes? Are the shoes just a facade covering their square feet, really? Their square footage? Am I living wrong? How are you getting your square footage? That's my concern. Because god damn it, if my feet are holding me back and they're not square enough and you guys know a way, please do leave a comment because I need to apparently turn these footage into squares. Do I get a pair of scissors and just start snipping away at my toes? What about the bleedage? Is this something, do you guys do this on your own, or do you got to seek somebody else out to get that square footage? Because I've not seen any offices or anything like that, but they do say it a lot. You got to get some square footage if you want to be stable. How am I going to get more stable with missing components of my body? How's that going to work? But apparently people love it. Square footage. Get it, apparently, because you've heard it throughout history. Every older generation tells the younger, you got to get some square footage in you. Got to get some of that square footage. Not even rectangles, specifically square footage. God, how do you even cut it? Do you use lasers? Do you solder it back? So many questions, but you got to get that square footage. There's no store for it either. It's not like they do preparation or they don't teach you about it in school. Later, you just get to a point in life where you got to get some of that square footage, God, I got these regular feet with regular toes. Get up in the morning, stare at them, turn just mentally. If I can just focus hard enough, turn into squares, God damn it, come on. But they don't, they just stay intact. Taunting me, regular toes, taunting me, God. There's a new app that's popped up. It's a French app. À la French, à la France. A wee little app over there for you, my little croissant. It's called the Poppins app. You can get online. Apparently, you can rent your shit that you don't regularly use. If you got stuff laying around the house that you don't regularly use, put on Poppins. You can rent it out. It's a thing that's happening. I don't know how I feel about it because there's pros and cons to this. Pros of it is you get access to different shits that you might not necessarily want to go spend money on by yourself. Cons of this is this part of the old trick of you'll own less and be more happy? Because I'm telling you right now, I own plenty less. My happiness has stayed. I'm quite a happy person, I'll say that, on a regular basis. Yes, we all have our ups and downs and we all have our personal challenges every once in a while. Nonetheless, quite happy. But they say, again, own less, be more happy. I'd like to try the other way around. How about own more, you'll be even happier? Where's that campaign? So I don't know how to feel about apps like this. And it is French. I don't know how the French are, but I'm a little sus. Overall in Europe, there's a little bit more sentiment apparently towards sharing and caring. Umbrellas, sharing and caring. Who's sharing? Who's got the means to have what it takes to be able to share? Who's caring? You know what I'm talking about? Because that's the thing. Next thing you know, renting out what you don't use. First, it can just be like, oh, here, have my blow dryer. I only need it like once. I only blow dry my hair once a week. No big deal. You rent it out for the 5-6 other days that you might not use it. A couple extra bucks in your next thing you're like, here, use my toothbrush. I only use it twice a day. You might want to come pick it up and use it the other times. Here, here's my pad that I bled on because I finished my period. But I just spotted on it. It's not a fully used pad. Use my pad. And these are all fine. Used condom. I just rinsed out this condom that I used. You can rent it out again. I'm not gonna use it for now. It's gonna be good. Up until the weekend, I'm gonna need it. If you need some sex between the week, we can work this out. Come get my used condom. Instead of having to go and pay for it full price. Oh. Underwear, I don't wear the same underwear every day. Of course, whenever I'm not wearing it, why shouldn't you wear it? Who knows? But little by little, it just gets me worried because everything's like this. I don't like the concept of not owning stuff. Because I don't already own much stuff. I like to own more. I don't like to own less. That's the only... But people are like, oh, what if you want to, I want everything to it. Like, I don't want much, but whatever I want, I do want to have ownership of it. Call me trad. Call me old school, new school, old school. I have to own it. I don't know. It's just... What about a drill? What about if you want to drill something? You want to drill something? You want to own that drill? Yeah, it's a drill. Everybody should have a drill in their house. God damn it. For whatever reason, you might not use it all the time, but that's what it's there for. Whenever you need it, you want to just fucking drill a hole through the plasma, do it. You want to drill a hole through your head, give yourself a little bit of that electroshock therapy, do it. You want to do a little bit of experimental, maneuvering of substances and objects and you want to create a rocket in your garage. How are you going to do it without a drill? This is why you buy the drill. You buy it, you set it, forget it, come back to it when you got that great bright idea. Not all of a sudden, I got a great bright idea. I just got to I got to find somebody who's lending out a drill. And it's like, it's a different story for everybody. I do see the pros and cons of it. Personally speaking, I'm not a fan of it. Because I've heard this before for different stuff as well. There was another app, I forget the name, it was for clothing that you don't specifically wear. Rent out your clothing. I don't want people's skin on my clothes. They probably don't want my clothes on their skin either. Cleanliness, certain things. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I like ownership. Call me trad new school, whatevs. I like to own, not much, but whatever. Again, it goes back to, I think, square footage. Own it. Quit wrapping your mind around wanting to share everything. Certain things should belong to you. Take pride in ownership. Oh, I care for this toothbrush. I care for this dildo. This is my flashlight. My cock has been in this flashlight. Means something to me. It might not mean anything to you, but it means something to me. Why would I want to rent it out? Why would I want to rent out my flashlight? I don't know, ladies and gents, but it's good. I guess for people who do want to rent it, there is an option. But I don't want that communist shit coming up in here and saying you gotta rent everything. You don't need to have it yourself. You can just rent it. Why do you need to be in a place all the time? Just rent it. Why do you need to have a car? Just rent it. Why do you need to have a phone? Just rent it. Why do you even need to have your own body? Just rent it. Do you even need your own body? Rent it. It's not even your body, just rent it. Family members, do you need them all the time? Rent them. People want to rent. Rent your family members, ladies and gents. Rent it hard, rent it fast, put up a good rate. It's a competitive market out there. Rent it high, rent it low. What else is going on in and around the world? I'll say this, I believe it's got me excited, to be honest with you. I'm a fan of this shit. 22-year-old Czech dentist just got caught by authorities for practicing dentistry, and his crime is he learned how to self-dentist. He's a self-taught dentist, and he got 22 years old. He went online, he learned how to dentist, which is not a good, in my book anyway. Going to people's mouth, unless we're doing the sexuals and like making love, I don't want to be near anybody's mouth. I don't want to, teeth, mouth, tongue, keep it away. That's my personal, so dentists, shout out to them, but I don't know how people do it. I'd rather be an asshole doctor. I'd rather be an asshole doctor instead of going into people's mouths. Asshole simple. Asshole, you know what you're getting. It's just right there. You're looking at it, you know what it is. That's the shitter right there. That's the be all and end all of it all. Yeah, the mouth is a surprise. You never even know. Shit changes all the time. Different people, different teeth. Ugh. No thanks. And apparently simultaneously, why they arrested this guy or like, I don't know, charge him or whatever. I guess he's being, I don't know what the exact situation is, but he's been, he's been caught. I don't know if he's arrested or not, but there's been some sort of, they found out. He's done a whole bunch of operations, which is pretty cool. He learned how to dentist by himself. Root canals by himself, just through observing online. Pulling teeth, putting people under, putting people over. A lot of people do put people under. Not a lot of people do, it's nicer to put people over. I'm a fan of putting people over, I'll say that. This guy's been doing it for some time. A 22-year-old, learned all by himself, self-taught. And guess what? Oh, a little slap on the wrist, a little chargy poo right there. Let's take his equipment away. He had 2 assistants. He went on 22-year-old, got 2 assistants, grown-ups, 40s, 50s. This guy's brilliant in my mind, because how do you think the first dentist came about? How do you think the first dentists came around? It's too much licensing, too much red tape with everything. I'm not saying, but he should be allowed to do it. I think honestly, he should be allowed to do anything. Just put it up straight up. Just be like, not licensed, but I've learned through the interwebs. I've learned through watching videos. Cheaper, get it. It should be like half price, quarter of the price. 30% until he gets really good. What if he does it for like 10 years, no schooling, but if he gets really good at it? What if he's like the best dentist? What if he's a freestyle dentist? What if he's like the best dentist? What if he's like the Michael Jordan of dentistry? What if he's just putting extra teeth and pulling it out without you even noticing? What if he's just like, oh, what's that behind your ear? And he pulls out a tooth right there. Reaches behind your asshole. What's that over there? Got another tooth right there. Look on your clit. What is that? It's another tooth. How does he do it? He's the Michael Jordan of dentistry. But guess what? Impediments. Oh, you gotta go to school, you gotta get a diploma, you gotta get a certificate. I've been to different dentists and it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss. They suck. Dentist experience sucks overall. And even the best dentists, y'all suck. I hate and love you. Love you because you're needed. Hate you because I hate going to the dentist. It's not fun. Get out of my mouth. But nonetheless, I'm just saying if we can just pull together, I don't know how, but let's put him, and if he's already started doing it, he's got, if he's doing a good job. There's another thing, if he's doing a horrible job, different story. But I didn't hear any complaints in the article, I'll say that. I did not hear any complaints. And that's the thing, it's not like you go to the dentist who is certified and you don't have any complaints. You gotta keep going back. If they're great, they just do it once and you'd be over with. Gotta come see me every 6 months to a year. Get out of here, do your job properly. I don't want to see you ever again. Why do I gotta come back? This isn't a relationship. This is not ongoing. No, we gotta come back. I don't wanna come back. It sucks. This blows. Do it once, do it properly. I don't wanna ever see your face again. But love you. Thank you. Hate you, love you. Hate you, love you. But if we can just pull together, there's young dentists out there. It's remarkable. It's remarkable, first of all, to have the desire to go after that at a young age, at 20, in my early 20s. The dentist would have been one of the last things I would have, because you gotta do. And apparently simultaneously, there's not enough dentists. There's not enough dentists. So this guy didn't do schooling, went up by himself, learned how to dentist, got the equipment, got the setup, does teeth work, buffs it, shines it, paints it, refurbishes it, grows it, implants it, pulls it out, replaces it, the old switcheroo dentistry, if you know what I mean. Next thing you know, authorities got to come by like, oh, do you have the proper paperwork? I'm not a fan of paperwork, to be honest with you. Some paperwork, yes. Minimal amounts, yes. Just to know who's who and who's what and doing what where, but minimal. Credentials, schmendentials, that's what I say. Free, I forget his name, to be honest, but free my Czech dentist if you can. And let him practice, because you know what they say about practice. Talk about practice. Do another loop-de-loop right here. Again, I said this today's episode, a lot of interconnected different things. Again, this one's kind of a touristy traveler sort of story that came on the old radar. Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez, they want to get married. They want to get married in Venice, Italy at the end of the month. A lot of people are happy because it's just, you get happy when you hear people are getting married. That's what most people say, you getting married? Yes, I'm getting married. Happy for you. Super happy for you. That's what people say. But apparently there's some people in Venice who are not feeling all that jazzed about Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez getting married in their space. Because that's the thing. Regular wedding, you could do, a little tiny wedding, 50 people, 100 people, 150 people, 200 people, something, whatever. I don't even know what a small or big wedding is. But when you go big, like Jeff Bezos, he's one of the richest men on earth. He's up there. He's up there with Elon. He's up there with the Zuckerbergs. He's up there with I don't know the other ones, to be honest with you. He's up there with the Koch family. He's up there with he's up there. Definitely up there. He's out there with the royal families up there. He's up there. He's not down here. I tell you for sure. For damn sure he's not down here. It's up there. So big wedding, and he spent I believe I heard the budget for the wedding was 10 million. 10 million. 10 million. You show that kind of money to regular folk out there, you'll never see them again. They will just, I'm telling you right now, 10 million. But that's the budget for the wedding. And people are concerned because that's the thing. With a 10 million wedding, you get a huge yacht that comes in. You got to close a port, open a port. Ships fit in the canal. Ships don't fit in the canal. Have you ever tried to put a ship in a canal that's too tight? Oh, go slower. Just the tip. Not all the way in. Gets exhausting. I get that. But at the same rate, how many times do you get to see a giant yacht come through a tight canal? All right. So overall, I'm for it. I'm not in Venice. I'm not in Italy. I'm a fan of tourism. And not many people have that kind of shit, to float around. And it'd be nice. And I'm sure I get it. It's right in your face. Most people probably, I get it. You can't afford housing. It's not his fault though. It's not his fault. You can't, maybe you want to start a family. You're like, oh, this guy with a large lavish wedding. Oh, let somebody get wedded. Let somebody get wedded. There's a little bit of protesters that are trying to, make the wedding kind of I don't know what they're trying to do, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of protesters, to be honest with you. I don't think it does much, especially in modern day. Prior in the 50s, 60s, I think that was the heyday of protests. Modern day protests most of it is manufactured. Most of it is just, it's weird. It's funded. It's not natural the way it may have. And again, I don't know that much about protests. It's not like I know much about protests, but I think overall, as we've advanced in society, I think it's better not to protest. You could do other things, and I don't know. Focusing on your shit, for example, that's one of the things. It's too much to get up and go protest. You got to be so on top of your shit to have ample amount. If you have enough time to go protest, and it doesn't directly concern you in some shape, I don't know about that. Personally speaking, want to come protest? No thanks. Very far down the list. Again, depending on the sitch, if it's one of those I have a dream of a black children and a white children high-fiving, I'll get up there. I've been up there. I remember. But nonetheless, ladies and gents, what were we even talking about? Right. It's good. Let him come spend a little bit of that cash in your city. It's all right. It'd be nice. You know what? He should spend a lot of cash, though. I say if you go spend 10 million on, and you can afford, it's not like he can't. But again, it's his money. He can if he wants to. Doesn't have to, obviously. But it'd be nice to come get wedded, spend 10 million on your wedding, but also surprise the local residents with 10 million. I'd just be walking, just tossing cash. He doesn't need to care about money. He could just toss cash. I'd be couple of just guns, just money guns, just sprinkling it on people, making it rain on the local neighborhood. I'm telling you right now, if Venice, Italy doesn't work out, my compound is availed. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, sure. It's a little bit more modest, a little bit more compact. But if you'd like to come, and I will conduct the wedding myself. I don't have the credentials or qualifications, of course, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Congratulations to the newlyweds, to be newly wedded in some time. And by the end of June is what I've heard. But that's what it is, ladies and gents. Put the locals on the yacht. Give them a tour. Give them a taste of the yacht life. You know what I mean? Because I get it. People see that, they're like, oh. Because put yourself in his place. If you were in his place, in his shoes, it's not like you wouldn't do that. You do that too. You do that too. Do exactly the same. You'd probably take all your cash. You'd probably spend it all on whatever you like, obviously. And other stuff that you may not even like. So that's the thing. Let the man get wedded. Enjoy your life. It's nice. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of people enjoying their life. Get 2 yachts. Get 2 yachts coming in from two different sides of the canal. Have the yachts do do a little bit of sword fighting right there. Cock to cock sword fighting right there, but with yachts through the canal. The yachts represent the male phallic. It's the penis. The canal represents the female vagina. It's coming in, it's touching right there, boom, right there, through the vag, through the canal, breaching. It's nice. Get it in there. What have we been talking about, ladies and gentlemen? I believe there was another gentleman that caught my attention. Congratulations to this fella. I believe he is not from Czech, Croatia. He's Croatian, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong about this, but it doesn't matter. A new world record has been broken. A man. First name hard to pronounce. Last name Mimic. I think it's Mimic. I think that's how they say it. Woiter, Mimic. I'll write it in the hashtags. I don't know how to say it, to be honest with you. Mimic. It's weird spelling. It's M-I-C, I forget. And then the I's and the C's have weird symbols over them. It's like, what are the dots? What are the angles? What are you doing with your alphabet? Stick to the regular stuff so that people could read it. Mikic. Doesn't matter. Can hold his breath for 29 minutes underwater. That is incredible. This guy can hold his breath for 29 minutes. I mean, I don't know exactly how he does it. He did break the record. Previous record holder, one of them was David Blaine. I believe he did it. I forget how many minutes I think he did it for like 17 minutes. There was another guy who did it longer, who broke David Blaine's record, and this guy broke that guy's record. So now he's in first place with 29 minutes. That's incredible. It's half an hour of not breathing underwater. I don't know how they do it. I think they take a couple of hits of the old oxygen going in. I don't know if it's definitely I don't know much about it, I guess, but I suppose if everybody else did it, that's just the way they do it. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know, because that's the thing. We've all been in swimming pools. You know what I mean? As young kids, you went into swimming pools and shit, and you always played that, let me see how long I can hold my breath. I didn't know the oxygen tank was an option, because I bet I could have done a lot more. I bet I could have, I did well. I don't remember how long I could hold my breath, but I did well. I could have done a lot more if there was an oxygen tank available. I didn't know you could do that. Is that cheating? But I guess if everybody's doing it, then no, it's not. You're just sitting there sipping on oxygen. God, like a beautiful lizard at the slot machines in Vegas or Reno or wherever they got slot machines, or here in Canada, here in Toronto, here in Casino Rama, here in Niagara Falls. Just a little tiny lizard with like wrinkles all over her body, oxygen tank, just breathing, pulling on that little bar. Just lemons right there. Cigarette, oxygen, lemons. Mermaids, lemons, oxygen, cigarette. Put the best way to do it, if you are smoking and using oxygen, I say just put the cigarette in the oxygen tank and just inhale it both at the same time, instead of having to go, because you got drinks, got the bar on the slot machine, then you got the cigarette, and then the oxygen is just too much. But the cigarette, just light it, put it down in the oxygen tank. I think it'll work. I'm not quite sure. You got to give it a try. Don't knock it till you try. That's what they say. The point is, this guy held it for 29 minutes, which is incredible, because this guy can now literally, he can walk anywhere, eat the most, tutable kinds of food, and he could eat a whole burrito just made of pure beans. He could just sit down and eat a lot of meat and just and wash it down with some protein milkshake. And just walk in and start ripping it in an enclosed environment. Go to a board meeting. Go sit in a boardroom in a meeting with like 30 other people. Start farting. Hold your breath. You're not going to be bothered. half an hour, you could kill people with that shit. Just fart and just be like, no, I'm not concerned how you guys do it. This guy could just, if there was a gas leak, he could just walk in and save everybody. He could, there's a gas leak, don't go in there, it's gonna explode, especially if you breathe. Don't breathe, if you breathe, it's gonna explode, the building's gonna go up. Walks in Mimich, 30 minutes, no breathing. This guy just carries everybody on his shoulders. It's incredible, I love it. I wish I could do it. I wonder how many minutes I could hold my breath. But again, that's with or without an oxygen tank. It's a different story. I wonder what the record is. I've not looked it up in some time. I forget, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go out on the limb and say 5, 6, 7 minutes without an oxygen tank. Anything beyond that, you're just a freak. This guy is also a freak, but we like freaks. He's a freak. Let's just face it. Let's just point at him and call him what he is. He's a freak of nature. He's superhuman. He should be tested. He should be studied in some sort of underground lab. And whatever he's doing, we should learn how he's doing it, turn it into a pill, give it to people so that people don't have to do the whole, I gotta sit down and work on my breath work. Take a pill, don't breathe for half an hour. But at the same rate, I could see this coming down the line and just being like, you know what, you are causing too much CO2, buddy. You need to breathe less. Breathe less, hold your breath, or you're gonna be charged more for breathing more. Who knows? That could be taken advantage of. So at the same rate, I say, fuck it then. Breathe, heavily breathe, just taking all the oxygen. Breathing till we can. Doing it together. On the bright side, if he's out on a date and a girl farts, he could just hold his breath and not feel a damn thing. That's another thing, you know. He can avoid his own farts and a female companion's farts. Or a male companion's farts. I don't know his situation. Mimich might be gay, I don't know. I'm gonna say he's straight for the time being. I'm not gonna look into it any deeper than that, but if he's gay, he could withstand a fella's farts. There you go. I'm gonna go out on the limb and say he's straight. So there you go. For female farts, no problem. He'll be all right. But I hate to play water polo with this guy. Just dipping underwater and not coming back up. It'd be so hard to fight him underwater. This guy would be the worst fighter underwater. Just cool, calm, collected, not even flinching. You're turning blue and purple, you're suffocating. This guy's just like, I can go on for days. God, what a freak. But we do celebrate people's abilities to do different things. It is nice, ladies and gentlemen. What else is going on in and around the world? I believe Ilhan Omar, who I'm not familiar with, but I've seen little tiny clips of her pop up every now and again. Ilhan Omar, I don't know much about it. I believe she's a female candidate, senator, maybe it's senators, maybe it's too much of a stretch. I don't know her position, and I think she's somewhere in the government. I don't know. Headscarf, whole, you know, the thing. I don't know what her deal is, but nonetheless, I'm gonna go out on the limb and say that Ilhan Omar is probably not a fan of porn star pussy. I'll just say that Ilhan Omar does not like porn star pussy, which is, because that's what my conclusion is. Because I just heard on a clip that she said America, the United States, is one of the worst countries in the world. By that logic, Ilhan Omar does not like porn star pussy. Because porn star pussy, again, is the best type of puss. Let's just put it out on the table. Let's just say what it is. You know what I'm talking about. There's reg pussy, and then there's porn star pussy. There's every pussy's good puss, of course, but then there's porn star puss. America, every country's great, but America is the greatest. America is the prime puss of, if we were to put it in puss terms, America is porn star pussy. If you don't like America, you don't like porn star. You don't like high quality puss is what I'm getting at. You prefer to drive maybe a Honda Civic and if you were given an option of driving a Ferrari, you'd be like, I'd pick the Honda Civic. Not to say that there's anything wrong with regular Honda Civic. Great cars. But it's not a Ferrari. It's not a Rari. You know what I'm talking about? So by that logic, because that's the thing, this is why I encourage people to travel around a little bit. I'm not quite sure if I think she's had experiences from different places, which boggles the mind, because when you hear that, you're like, America's the worst country in the world. I'm like, what are you saying? Oh, this bitch doesn't like porn star pussy. Get out of here, Ilhan Omar. Everybody likes porn star pussy. It's the best kind of pussy. You know what I'm talking about. It's not about quantity. It's rather about quality. It's not about the way it is. It's about the way it is. That's what it is. So it's like saying chocolate ice cream is not the best ice cream in the world. That's it. Everybody knows chocolate ice cream is the best ice cream in the world. You're retarded. That's all right, but people be saying shit. It just bothers me. It just bothers me because there's other places in the world where you're like, oh, if there's better places, then get up and go and leave that. Leave that if it's the worst place. God. The worst place. Not even critiques and criticism can always be sure. That's fine. But the worst place, this bitch is against porn star pussy, man. This is crazy talk. It's like you don't like rockets that go into space. You don't like to make money and capitalize and get that square footage, bitch. You don't want to get that square footage. In the country that's mostly about square footage, you don't want to get that square footage when people all around the world want to get some of that inch with the square footage. This bitch is walking around saying, worst country in the world. Just made me where's ice when you need it? Where is ice when you need it? And again, proportionally disproportionate. That's how life sometimes works out, ladies and gentlemen. That's how life sometimes works out. We'd like it to work out and distribution of anything, karmically, economically, socially. When it doesn't work out, it's not a perfect balance, but in a sense it is, though. In a sense it is. Everything happens disproportionately. We're like, oh, I wish this was this. And there's no idealized, there's no utopia where everything is perfect the way you and I might imagine it. But it does work out. It does work out. Speaking of ice, you get, 4 years of Biden and open borders, a whole heap of people just walks in. A whole lot of people, millions of people walk in. That's disproportionate. That's not how a country works. That's not how much a country can handle. Millions of people coming in, that's not how a country works. Disproportionate, and you start seeing issues. People talking about, and it's not to say that they're bad people. Most of them are decent people. Most of them try to integrate. Most of them get jobs here and there, trying to give back, trying to contribute, trying to become American. That's cool. That's nice. Amongst that population, a bunch of, molesters, chomos, criminals, gang members get into. Disproportionately proportionate, you get that for 4 years. Open borders, everybody come on down. Disproportionately proportional, right back at it, then you get a response to that. Then you have ICE coming in. Well, we had 4 years of open borders. You need to get on top of that shit. Lock them up, send them back. So that's when, again, disproportionately proportionate. So you've had a whole bunch of people come in, and that's next thing you know, you are putting away people who are potentially criminals. A lot of them are going back. A lot of them who've come over illegally. You'd like there to be a system. You don't want just chaos to break out. People. We live in every day. You get up, you're living on a fine line of having things maintained and then just chaos, madness. So yeah, you get and people do get excited too. You hear about borders that's open for 4 years. Like everybody can go. You get up and go. Everybody, you hear it. You get excited. People are excitable. We're like that. It's the animal. We all are. You hear the things you like. You want to do the things you want to do. You get excited. You go up and do it. So people hear open borders, they get excited, they go. Disproportionately proportionate. Conversely, ICE heard, we need to crack it down, we need to hold it, we need to pull it back, we need to send some people back. They get excited, they just hear send people back. And in the process of sending people back, you got the illegals, you got the chomos, you got the criminals, you got the gang members, but a few good people might get sent back too as a result. You might even have I heard a New York mayoral candidate also got booked for several hours just because they got excited. You get excited. Disproportionately proportionate. Send everybody back. You're like, come here, let's get in there. He's a mayor. He's a mayoral candidate. I don't know what exactly happened, but things like that happen. It's not ever perfect. But at the end of the day, big energy. Again, living the best prime platinum time. Platinum players live in platinum lives. It's the best it's the bestest that it's ever been. It's proportionally proportionate. That's what I say, baby. That's what I say. But sometimes a person without papers or credentials might be more contributing to the people with credentials. And that's another whole issue. Again, fellow doesn't have credentials, great dentist. A lady has credentials, papers, you're like, oh, send her back. She's got headgear, send her back. in a country where we don't particularly like headgear. We should be open about it. Say what you like, say what you don't like. There's global events happening all around the world about this stuff. I don't know why we gotta beat around the bush and be like, yeah, it's okay with insert, until it gets one too many headscarves and headgears. Next thing you know, shit be popping off. All I'm saying is disproportionately proportionate, ladies and gents. What else is going on? This one is, I'll say this one, the bunker buster. I heard this one is, I like this. I really like the bunker buster, ladies and gents. This one is happening in the Middle East. I believe we're debating it right now. We, the big people in charge are debating it, whether or not we should be using the bunker buster. I do like it because it does sound a little bit sexual, to be honest with you. Yes, it does sound a little sexual. Bunker buster. Gotta give her that bunker buster, if you know what I mean. That backdoor bunker buster. She be asking for that backdoor bunker buster right there. It's a missile, or it's got great explosive power, not quite as big as a nuclear bomb. And it doesn't necessarily go wide and tall, but it goes deep. This one penetrates deep. Hence the bunker buster. That's one of the options that's being thought of. People are thinking about it, whether or not we're going to be using that, the bunker busters, to bomb the potential nuclear facilities of the Iranian regime or whatever they are. But I say we have options. We have many options. Many options are available right now. Got to think about it. A lot of fun options, actually. A lot of fun options. Historically speaking, it has not worked out too well for dictators. For bloodthirsty, blood-sucking dictators, not worked out well. We do have different references that we could draw from, and there's options available, because I know we're just like tossing around ideas, seeing what works best, what doesn't work best. We do have precedent. We do have options. We do have packages available. Like you got the question is, what do we do with the supreme femur, the supreme, beamer, the supreme lemur, supreme Ayatollah? What do we do with them? It's option one. You could do the Saddam route. You could go in there or get him somehow, easily capture him, put him through trials, put him through a court system, then hang him. You could do that. There's options. There's package number one. If you'd like to go with package, I say we vote for it. Put it up to the mass public. Globally speaking, you could do the Bin Laden. You can can be picked up by a chopper and dropped in a body of water. You could go with package number two. Picked up by chopper, dropped in a body of water, which is fantastic. You could do that. You could do. There's the Muammar Gaddafi. You could do the Gaddafi package. There's always the Gaddafi package. You could do the bayonet up the rectum. If you like the bayonet up the rectum, that is also available as well. So you got the Saddam package, you got the Bin Laden package, although Bin Laden was not necessarily a dictator, but nonetheless, terrorist. You know what I'm talking about. Further back than that, you could do the Mussolini way. You want to do the Mussolini way? People find you in the streets, they gun you down and they hang you upside down. People throw stuff at you. You want to do that? There's always that option number 4. And then there's levels to it. You got silver, you got bronze, silver, gold, platinum levels. And then the last option is, I'm just putting it out on the table, it's not available to this particular guy right here. I believe that you got the Hitler package as well. You got the Adolf package, which is suicide, but move to Argentina, have babies, allegedly. But also for reals, doggy. For reals, what happened to the body? Nobody found nothing? Nobody found nothing. Maybe Russia found something. Nobody's been able to look at the remaining portions of the bodies that they do have. And it wasn't even from Hitler. Allegedly, it's from Eva Braun. Who knows what is happening? But then if you want that last option, it can't just be a straight up evil dude. You gotta have helped somehow in a way, done evil, but somehow helped create some sort of a rocket program that helps put people closer into space, closer to the moon. You gotta be part of you gotta be contributing to the space program. That way you get to, kind of go off into South America or relocated somewhere else with a different, because it's easy if he, I'm not quite sure, I don't know, because that's the thing, they keep saying that, I don't think there's, I don't think they got rocket capabilities to put people on the moon or anything, but if they did, then maybe that's something that, I doubt it, so that's not available. I'm just going to put it out on the table, not available, but it's just good to know what there is, what's out there. It's just good to, but I prefer the bunker buster. Bunker buster, just for now, is nice. It's tight, it's clean, it goes, I saw a picture, and pictures are always, based on, so it touches the earth, and then the moment it touches the earth, it goes into the bunker, it goes deep into the bunker, and then busts a load in the bunker. It just jizzes right inside the bunker just, you want a bunker cream pie, you go with the bunker buster, that's what you get a bunker buster, cream pie the bunker, flush it out, you know what I'm talking about, piss after it too. I'll see you guys next time, peace.